All right, let's talk about nationalism for a second. We know that Trump has made out this BS about making America great again and all that shit. And the world is seeing a wave of nationalistic leaders, shall I say, over in India. I think there's been some stuff in Europe. They've been talking about nationalistic stuff. What does this mean? Why is this happening? Why is this going on? What Trump has done by basically saying, fuck the rest of the world, we're going to put tariffs on Europe, threatening Europe with tariffs, pulling out of the JCPOA, the Iran deal that was made with the entire world. It wasn't a U.S.-Iran deal. That was the whole world. By Trump pulling out of it, he basically just says, fuck it, I'm not going to go along with the program. That's what this is. This is not like if me and Denzel had a deal and I said, okay, Denzel, I want to do something else. Okay. And maybe he doesn't like it, but that's between us. No. That's what this is. This doesn't work. So, what Trump has done by pushing nationalism and all this stuff is basically saying the whole world kisses ass. The whole world kisses America's ass. And so that inspires a nationalistic response because Trump's capitalism of these rednecks, is really a Mad Max type of capitalism. And it really says, how do you say it? Get it as you live, all that kind of stuff. So by Trump doing that, that's a sort of aggression. It is. Pulling out of deals. Then he threatened Europe if Europe didn't do something to put tariffs on their cars. That is a sort of aggression. He's talking about markets. And so this is making them respond appropriately in kind. That's why you see all this stuff. Because they know that you're no longer dealing with America that's fair or just or America that keeps its word. So why should we play by the ball game rules if America won't either? That's what this is. And it's like with these rednecks that I say all the time, all they care about is carrying a gun everywhere they go and low taxes. That's it. They don't care about water. They don't care about the quality of drinking water. They don't care about all these wars we're waging that we need to get out of. All the money's going towards these things. They don't care about pollution, schools, none of it. When these rednecks talk about survivalism, that's the nationalism that Trump's talking about. Fuck everybody else. We don't care about anybody else. You guys should be nationalistic too. And so those bonds that keep the world a peaceful and pleasant place. It's not perfect by any means. It's not perfect. But we're able to bring people to the table and have discussions about these issues of great consequence. You don't have that. You no longer have that mutual respect, that decorum. That's the real danger with Trump. I always tell people the most dangerous thing about Trump is I have this feeling at the end of the day he may start a war. I mean, we got another year. He may start a major war, a major conflict before he gets out of office. And second one, he's wasted time. Nothing's been done about climate change. He's rolling back climate change stuff. He's rolling back protections on the water. He's rolling back all this stuff that protects the little guy. These rednecks they're championing points that are billionaire points. But my thing to them is, don't you realize that if you don't have unions, if you don't have legitimate government, if I'm a billionaire, I can do whatever I want to you. I can come in and do anything I want to you and your children. There's nothing you can do about it. You know why? Because I got senators in my back pocket. I go to lodge with the police chief. I got the sheriff's number on speed dial. You want me to call the governor? I golf with the governor every Thursday. What can you do to me? So what these rednecks are saying is, they're against all those things that protect the little guy, and any type of government regulation they don't like, they'll just respond with violence. That's really what the marches and the guns are all about. Is that white people are no longer even going to play the game of mutual respect. Not saying they get everything they want. Not saying they get it, it's perfect for them. But they're going to, it used to be for white folk. They knew all the law and that's changing. That is Charlottesville and Richmond. That's a big changes. Big changes, folks. And I watched it. This is dangerous stuff. And it puts our lives in danger because things happen. I think you had some stuff during the Cold War where Russians made mistakes and they thought it was the America started a war, and it was a Russian general, I think, that told them, no, we're gonna hold off, and nothing took place. Nothing took place. That those kind of sober-minded, reasonable, rational philosophies are going out the window, man. That's everybody Trump has around him, everybody that these folks put in there in the White House, they're fanatics. So I just think that this is a dangerous time, man. This is a dangerous time. And the Caucasian has an idea of how the world is supposed to go. That's what makes them dangerous. Is they have an idea of the way the world is supposed to go. All of us are just trying to live in a crumbling society, and we're just trying to survive. And the Caucasian has an idea of the way things are supposed to go, and if it goes his way, it's going to be violence. That's why you see him out here. You see Gun Girl confronting people. We've been talking about for 2 years now, them calling police on black people, pulling guns on black people. It bothers me because a lot of the people I know don't even know about this stuff. The one in Florida, my dad lives in Florida, he know about this. The one in Florida where the boys were going to a hotel to visit a friend. White man comes and says, you can't come in there. And the black boy's like, why can't we? Do you own the property? You can't come in there. And so the white man, he runs past them in the door, then runs to the elevator. And when he gets to the elevator, he pulls his gun out, but he pulls it out like facing the other way, like he would spit it. Facing like the other way. That guy should have been killed. Like, if I had a gun, I would have killed that man. You pull a gun on me, you're fucking dead. I'm not talking. I'm not playing with you. This is what Caucasians are doing. That man had no business confronting them. No business. None whatsoever. That was not his place. They were not committing any crimes, but because he felt like stopping them, they got stopped. That's the mindset of the Caucasian. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Because they've got an image. They've got the UPS guy. That bitch, he should have pushed her ass down. The bitch putting her hands up in his face and you're making me nervous. So, bitch, I make you nervous, but yet you done come down 3-4 flights of stairs to come confront me, even though I'm making you nervous. See, that's a cracker. And that's cracker logic right there. You're scared of me, so then you come confront me while I'm doing my job. And she didn't stop to the white man and was like, no, he's with me. No, I don't need you to do that. To me, honestly, that pisses me off more because you shouldn't need a Caucasian to co-sign for you. You shouldn't. And it just shows, because I used to hear all stuff about black people get a job and all this. And now it's like, we get a job. They don't care. They come to the job. Remember the girl she was eating lunch at the library and the police got called and came up there and she's like, on my lunch break. Yeah. Yeah. The girl was taking a nap in the lounge at the college, and the white girl told her, I'm calling the police because I can. The cops came and she's like, this chick has a history of mental illness. She has a history of doing this. The cops said, well, shouldn't be doing that. That bitch need a good ass whooping. She need a good ass whooping. She needs somebody to lay that ass out. But this is the mindset of the Caucasian. I just find it interesting with Gun Girl that now you see, Gun Girl is the worst of the Caucasian. Not saying our white folks are like them. Not saying our white folks are like, hey, I got some spare time this weekend. Let's go down to the gay pride rally and walk around with a gun. I'm not saying our white folks do that. I'm not saying that. But what Gun Girl represents, taking a rifle with a scope on it, an assault rifle, to college campus and walking around with it, or confronting people and then going back in disguise. I mean, what she represents is the very worst of the Caucasian psyche. And she represents one in that we're not interested in letting you blacks, you gay people, you people of liberal slant, go do what you do. We're not interested in that anymore. We're going to confront you wherever you are. We're going to confront you. We're going to get loud. We're going to argue. And we are going to display our weaponry for you to see. And it's so funny to me because a lot of people I know, kids, a lot of people don't follow politics, man. But when they see stuff like that, they remember that. There's one where she was in disguise. This black dude seen it, and when he ran off because he was scared of her. And she made it like it was real funny. I thought to myself, that could be a senator one day. That could be a congressman one day. I mean, he's in college. I don't know what grade. He could be a senator one day. And he's going to remember Caitlin Bennett coming to his college campus with a rifle on her back. And these conservatives want to talk about, socialists. No, man. You need to be going after her. You need to be confront. And see, what's crazy is I used to always hear white people make it out like when black people do bad stuff, other black people, we should stop that. Like when we see drugs selling, we should call police. When we see bad stuff, we should say police. I don't do that anymore, Caucasians. I don't do that. When we see people doing bad things, white folks, we should stop that. If you're a Caucasian and you're a conservative and you see Caitlin Bennett, you should stop that. You should confront her. You should say, hey man, you're making things bad for all of us. Because these kids, they're going to remember that shit. You came to their campus with a rifle, with a scope on it. How many school shootings we had again? Didn't you take anybody? Remember that? I ain't forgot that yet. The other shootings they've had on college campuses. I think she did it like right after the New Zealand shooting. Do I really have to explain to you the significance of that? This is just the Caucasian at his worst. And, I'm not surprised by it. I think that shows you they're desperate. I don't remember seeing it when I was growing up. I don't remember seeing white folks do that. And I grew up in Charlotte. I just don't remember hearing about, hey, let's go march on City Hall with a bunch of rifles. I don't remember seeing that in 2000. And I think that maybe something that's being hard or being tough, being alpha, I see it as being extremist. And I see it as you're showing off the worst attributes of the Caucasian. You're showing off the worst parts of us, of us. And you prove what we've always said about you. Peace.